Hey guys, this is Michaela, and I just thought it'd be fun today to go through my seed collection and share my seeds with you. I'm gonna try and move really gently because my phone is propped up very precariously. So I'm gonna start with slicer tomatoes. I have my seeds organized in these photo album organizers. I got it at Michael's for like $15. I have two of them, and then I just write on them with like a marker, like paint marker. So anyways, we'll start with slicer tomatoes. I'm super excited about these this year. First, I have Thornburn's Terracotta. This one's more like an orange color. I haven't grown this one yet, but Jess at Roots and Refuge Farm, who is my garden fairy godmother, it recommends them, and so, of course, I'm going to grow them. Paul Robeson. This is more of like a purple tomato. I really like black cherry tomatoes, so I'm assuming this is like a larger version of that. Again, a Jess Sowards recommendation. You're going to find a running theme here. I really love Roots and Refuge Farm. Then I have Dr. Weishies, or Witchies, or Weish. I don't know how to pronounce it. I have had one of these grow in a garden that epically failed, but I got one of these, and it was pretty good. I really love Jubilee tomatoes, which are like a globe orange tomato. So I'm going to give these another shot this year, hope for some bigger ones. I'm so excited about these. So I'm trying to do somewhat of like an emo garden because like I was a goth kid back in the early 2010, 2000s, 2010s. And so this Black Beauty tomato, I believe this was developed at Wild Boar Farms, sold at Baker Creek. They have anthocyanin in them. Everywhere the sun touches, they turn black on the outside, but they have red flesh. Super excited about this. I get my seeds from lots of different places. You're going to see tons of brands represented here today. These are from Urban Farmer. These are called Siberian tomatoes. These are supposed to be really early producing, which is wonderful because I live in Michigan and we don't have a super long season. And if I want to make like salsa and sauces, I want something early. Italian Heirloom. This is an Oxheart tomato. Again, a recommendation from Jess Sowards. Pink Oxheart tomatoes. So these are great for pastes. This was a free seed from Baker Creek. It's called Purple Russian Tomato. From what I've looked up, I think it's also called Ukrainian Purple, or there's one that's super similar that's called Ukrainian Purple. It seems to be like a purple Roma. I haven't had one come to full fruiting because I grew that in my super failed garden, and that was 2 years ago, and then last year I didn't have any tomatoes in my garden. That's Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln is my favorite. I literally have a picture of him on my wall, and these are supposed to be really big red tomatoes, and also they're Abe Lincoln, and I love Abe Lincoln. All right, now I have Pink Brandywine, which is like a super classic tomato. Again, haven't had this one come to fruition. Cherokee Purple, which is another like purple type variety. And then Big Rainbow, which I have had one of these come to fruition. They're really pretty. I don't know if you can see it super well. They're striped. And I love beautiful things. And they are really beautiful for a tomato sandwich. I had another striped variety last year that I bought at a farm stand that was the most beautiful tomato sandwich I've ever eaten. And then these are carbon tomatoes. I purchased these because they looked a lot like Paul Robeson. And again, I love black cherry tomatoes. Alrighty, let's move into cherry tomatoes. A lot of these are new to me. I think I've only actually had one of these before. Maybe two. So, Green Doctor tomato. These ripen to green. Apparently green tomatoes are supposed to be like super fruity. And I'd never grown a green cherry tomato, so I wanted to try that. These are from M.I. Gardner. I love M.I. Gardner, as well as Baker Creek. They just have really good quality seeds. These are blueberries tomato. Lucy, my dog's moving. Hold on. Okay, she settled down again. These are blueberry tomatoes. I believe these were originally developed by Wild Boar Farms. They've got like a little star on the bottom. Haven't had these, but super excited to try them. Same like type of strain. These are the blue creamberries by Wild Boar Farm. I have Wapsipinicon peach tomato. So this is a little bit of a bigger cherry, and it has a fuzzy skin on it. I haven't personally had these, but again, Again, most of these are Jess Soward's recommended, and so this is Jessica Soward's recommended. She has a video where she eats one of those, and hopefully I will too. Italian Ice. These are like a white cherry that looks super good, and Italian Ice is like super nostalgic for me because I used to eat those a lot, and so the name jumped out to me. Barry's Crazy Cherry. These are a multiflora variety of cherry tomatoes, so they grow in like clusters, almost like grapes. And orange is typically, or yellow, I'm sorry, is typically sweeter. So I like really sweet tomatoes. Black cherry, these are my favorite. These are the first heirloom tomatoes I ever grew. So they also have a really special place in my heart. We have Napa Chardonnay Blush, another Jessica Soward's recommendation. Again, a Wild Boar Farms variety. I have this baggie of seeds that I saved from the store. These were tomatoes called Flavor Bombs that were super delicious. They actually tasted like the best tomato you can get without like a farmer's market or growing them yourself at the store. So I was curious what would happen. It's probably an F1 hybrid and it'll probably produce a really weird tomato, but it's worth a shot. I might pop some of these in the soil this year. We'll see. This one is called Isis Candy, named after the goddess Isis, but obviously that name has some negative connotation now. So I believe a lot of companies I've heard are switching it to candy tomato. But I think this is, I don't remember what this one looks like. That's one thing about Urban Farmers. They don't have photos of the varieties on the packaging, so I have to Google it. I don't remember what this one looks like. I think it's red. And then this one's Early Cascade, which this packet feels empty. Oh, wait, no, I feel a seed in there. But anyways, these are a 70-day variety of cherry tomatoes. And like I said, I live in the frigid north, so I like earlier varieties. You'll see a trend with that as well. All right, so that was cherry tomatoes. Now we're moving into sunflowers. I have been on a huge sunflower kick this year. I have bought almost every sunflower I've seen, and I'm super excited about them. Hopefully I'll have enough room to plant them. But I think I have like 12 or 13 varieties here. So let's get going. First of all, what I'm most excited about is these. They just came in the mail yesterday from Sunflower Steve. He did a limited release this year of his brand new Van Gogh Fantasy Mix. So these are multicolored doubles, triples. They're like a mix of a teddy bear sunflower and a traditional sunflower, along with multicolored. So this is just a mix. I don't know exactly what they're going to look like, but I'm obsessed with Van Gogh, and now I'm obsessed with sunflowers, so it felt like a no-brainer. So yeah, I'm super excited about these. This is the first time these have been available to the public, so super excited to grow those. I have Lemon Queen, which I just think are beautiful. They just look so cheery. I think that's why I like sunflowers. They're just so cheery, but they can also be like really dramatic. Autumn Beauty. I've got Dwarf Teddy Bear. I have traditional Mammoth Russian. I've got 2 bags of these. Thinking about doing like a border by the road with these. I think that'll be really pretty. I'm not even going to try and pronounce these, but these are a hybrid. They're like purple. I found these at Meijer. And I saw something so vivid and beautiful, and I was like, $2, I'm going to try it. So, these are Mexican sunflowers, which I saw Garden Answers YouTube channel. She grew these. They got really tall, and they were super vivid orange, and I just think that they were so beautiful. Because I grow my garden, that's why I call this Serotonin Gardens, because I do it mostly for my mental health, and just because it brings me a lot of joy, and I see a lot of God through my gardening. And so I do probably an equal amount of flowers to fruits and veggies, if not more flowers. These are Evening Sun. They're like ombre. They're super beautiful. Oh my word. These ones I found at a store. These are called Ruby Eclipse. These are pollenless, so I think they would probably be called like pro-cut type sunflowers. But aren't they just so pretty? They're like a cream with a plum interior. I'm super excited about these. And then I have Chocolate Cherry. Okay, these were my very first heirloom sunflower loves. I grew these in my super failed garden. This was the thing that did the best. What I had done is I had used the wrong kind of mulch, and it stunted the growth of my plants. But with sunflowers, if you stunt the growth, you still get a sunflower, it's just short. So I had a 3-foot chocolate cherry that was like really beautiful. I'll have to, I believe it's the profile picture for this account. So chocolate cherries are super special to me. They're super beautiful and they're so dramatic. I love drama when it comes to plants and not people. So then I bought this multi-pack, which I shared some of it with a friend, so it's ripped. But these had Autumn Beauty, but I already had those. So then there's Caramel Hybrid, Italian White, which I bought these because I was looking for white sunflowers. And then these are called Velvet Queens, which I'm super excited about these. I've seen some pictures online, and these get to be like copper colored, and they're really vivid, and they almost look like they're made out of velvet. So super excited for all of these. Oh, and there's one more. I guess I'm excited about all of them. But this is Red Sun Sunflower. This is an heirloom I'd never heard of, and I saw it at a local store, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna need that. They're just like, the camera is not doing it justice. These are like crimson. They are stunning. So I said I was obsessed with sunflowers. That's not the only obsession. There's also zinnias. Zinnias are something I used to grow with my grandmother when I was younger. We would buy started plants. But they just have a really special place in my heart, and I just think they're really, really beautiful. And then I started watching Jess Soward's videos. Again, another Jess Soward's reference. And she grew these stunning zinnias, and then I've been watching another YouTube channel called You Can't Eat the Grass, and they grow a ton of zinnias. And I was shopping this year, and I caught the bug, and so I have a lot more zinnias than I used to. So these are giant double flowered lavender zinnias. I'd never seen a purple zinnia like this. And so, yeah, I bought that. These are just a lot of these are bags from Dollar Tree. You can get Dollar Tree seeds for 25 cents, and some of them are heirlooms. And the public can't be sold GMO. You have to sign contracts to become a GMO grower. So they're fairly safe to grow. I mean, if you're wanting organic seeds, you're probably not going to get them there. But if you're not growing solely organic, it's a really good option to get affordable seeds. These are Giants of California mixed colored zinnias, which I've already started all of these zinnias, except the dwarf ones, which I'm just going to direct sow those. So I'm super excited about zinnias this year. Lilliput zinnias, which I believe these are the ones my grandmother and I used to grow. Obviously, we didn't buy the seeds, so I'm not sure, but these look the most like the ones we grew, and so I'm super excited about those. Salmon colored zinnias, these are from M.I. Gardeners. I believe this is like Homestead Collection. They're salmon colored, and then I have Queen Lime, and I'm excited to have a bouquet with these together, just like a bunch of Queen Lime zinnias and salmon zinnias together. I think it's gonna be really stunning. I'm planning on, there's like a little goldfish pond in this area where I'm planting my garden, and like planting zinnias around it in like rainbow colors, and it's gonna be really vivid and pretty. Hopefully it turns out that way. Sometimes my imagination gets away with me, but it's still fun. Even if it doesn't turn out that way, I still have a fun time thinking about it. Here's Scarlet Flame. Now these are also, the camera's not doing this any justice, but these are the same color as those sunflowers, those super red ones. So again, another heirloom I hadn't really heard of, and I hadn't really seen, well, no, maybe I have. I have seen red zinnias, but I feel like they're not as popular, and I just had to have these. The picture on the back, too, is like, it looks almost like the Dahlia style bulbs, where they're like puff balls of zinnia, which I love. I have a bunch of bags of this semi-dwarf Pamela mix. I have a bunch of those, which I'm going to use for landscaping. Giants of California, more Lilliputs. And I also have giant cactus zinnias, but I already used all those seeds for planting in my starts. Let's keep the flower theme going. This is just my mixed non-medicinal flowers, because I have a separate one for medicinal flowers. Seed buying and seed growing, two separate hobbies, just so you're aware. I have more seeds here than one human could grow in a year. But I do share a lot with friends and family, and I do grow quite a bit. I mean, I have an entire desk in my closet with grow lights full of plants right now, and a bunch of them need to be separated because I multi-sow them and then separate them. But anywho, this is Phlox Lavender Beauty. I got these for free from Baker's Creek this year, and I think they're going to be super beautiful. I'm also going to use these mostly for landscaping. I have mixed color bachelor buttons, butterfly milkweed. So this is, I believe, what monarch butterflies lay their larvae on, or their eggs on. So I would love to have a bunch of monarch butterflies in my garden. Black swan poppies. This is for the emo garden. I'm so excited. This is African daisy blue discs. So blue isn't just like a super common color in nature, and so I saw these and I said, yep, nope, those are coming home with me. Turns out one of my friends really loves them, so I get to make her a bouquet with them, which is exciting. These do not have a photo on them, but these are jet black hollyhocks from Baker Creek. And again, Jess Sowards grew these and they were stunning. And so yeah, I'm going to grow them as well because I like cool things. These lemonade cosmos. A lot this year is like flowers I've never grown before. I want to just give them a shot and see like how they grow because I'm planning on eventually getting more space and land and just knowing what I like and how it grows. Just kind of gaining up a lot of base knowledge this year. Oh, these are Black King pansies, which these are edible, I believe. Yeah, so these are going to be really cool. I think this would be fun for like a charcuterie board to use like edible flowers on it. So I have a couple, this is another edible flower coming up next, is nasturtium. And a lot of these I just got mixes because I'm just trying to figure out how the plant grows. And I know varieties will vary, but generally I just wanted to get an idea. And these seeds are really cool. There's a handful of seeds that I'll show you them because they're so cool looking. But these look like tiny little brains. Like, it's kind of hard to see, but they all just look like tiny brains. So I've got some of those growing under my grow lights. Oh, these Cherokee Sunset Rebecca, which to me kind of look like a hybrid between a black-eyed Susan and a sunflower. I've heard people call them black-eyed Susans. I don't know if they're in the same like family or phylum or whatever, but Rebecca, I think those are super pretty. More for the emo garden, Cosmo Black Magic. These were really expensive, and I mean, not really expensive, $5, but there's only like 6 seeds in here because I think they're newer this year. But hopefully I get enough that I can save the seeds for next year. Straw flowers, I got these because they're going to dry really well, and I like to have colorful flowers throughout the year. Aster, which I was just interested in. I'm really interested in like what kind of cut flowers I can grow. Shasta daisies. They're just so cheery. Alright, I'm going to fail at pronouncing these. I believe these are a type of daisy. Vanidium. And they look a lot like sunflowers. And I know that there's a white variety of this that went viral on a couple seed starting forums as like a white sunflower, like a pure white sunflower. But they were actually this daisy. So got these. This is the Orange Prince variety. I've already got those started as well. All right. I should have proofread these. These are going to be tough. Gumfrina. This is just a mix. It almost looks like clover flowers to me. And I've heard that they're also papery like straw flowers, so I should be able to dry these and have them all year. California poppies. I love poppies, and I love poppy seed muffins. And so I thought this would be a double whammy to grow for both the seeds and for the beauty. And I've never grown them before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Tequila Sunrise Snapdragons. I just got these because they were a mix of colors, and I wanted to experiment because I'd never grown Snapdragons. And then I have the Black Prince Snapdragons, which are so beautiful. They're more like purple-red, but they're as like dark as you get. And then these are Gonzia, and I got these because they're striped, and they look like something out of Alice in Wonderland. And so I had to have them. It was a must. All right, we got a couple rapid fire ones. These are petite yellow marigolds. I grow these mostly because I've heard that they help keep deer and rabbits out of the garden. We have traditional summer squash, along with ronde Denise. I believe it's a French, like a round zucchini. And then I have just some basic pickling cucumbers, muncher cucumbers, and Mexican sour gherkins. I'm super excited about these. I think these are going to be super fun for charcuterie. So that was cucumber, squash, and marigolds. Alrighty, got a couple more rapid fire. I have these Renee's Garden container bush cucumbers. Super Bush container tomatoes. I have ground cherries, which it's a super hard time getting these to start, which I've been told that's pretty normal. But I put them and did like the Ziploc baggie with a wet paper towel method, and they're finally sprouting. And I've been trying to sprout for like 8 to 10 weeks. So I'm super excited to see those sprouting because I've been wanting to try those for a few years. Hopefully I'll be able to get them to grow and taste them and enjoy them. I also have this Bloody Butcher corn. This was not originally for the emo garden, but it just kind of turned out that way. This is a really versatile corn, according to M.I. Gardner. You can use it for popcorn, you can use it for sweet corn, you can use it as dried corn, decorative corn, but like the seeds are so beautiful, like absolutely stunning. I know there's no way the camera is doing these justice, but they straight up look like crimson corn, because that's what they are. So I haven't really had any success growing corn, but I know that we were growing them in rows instead of blocks last time, so we're going to try and grow them in a block this time and see if we have more success. All right, peppers. So I'm going to start with spicy peppers, and with a preface that I'm not growing any spicy peppers this year. I might grow one plant very far away from the rest of my garden, but I just wanted to be super sure that I didn't have any cross-pollination for my seeds next year, because a huge focus for me this year is collecting seeds for future years, as well as just being happy in my garden. So Hungarian Yellow Wax Hot, and 2 years ago I grew these, and I was like, it's probably not that hot. I'm a spice baby. I can't do it. And so I took a bite of one of these. I just bit like a tiny bit off the end, and my mouth lit a flame for like a long time. So that's when I learned that spicy peppers and I are probably not going to be good friends, and that's okay. So I have these ancho chilies, which you can use when they're red for chili powder, or you can stuff them as poblanos. Again, I'm not growing these. And Tabasco peppers, which I might grow some of these because I have friends who like hot peppers, and these are pretty like, you set them and let them go and they produce a lot. So I might plant those very far away from my sweet peppers. And then I have one seasoning pepper. This is Oros con Pollo, which I believe in Spanish means chicken and rice. It's a Cuban seasoning pepper, it says on the back. These are super cute. The plants have like a really distinct foliage, because I've had the plants grow, but I haven't gotten any peppers off of them before. That was in my really bad garden. So I am excited to see these actually grow this year. I'm having an issue with germination right now, but peppers take a long time to germinate. So hopefully they'll come up. If not, I have more seeds. I'll plant more. Because I'm just really interested. Like, that's a flavor I am not familiar with. Corbaci sweet peppers. These are really similar to like a Jimmy Nardello pepper. Again, a Jessica Sowards recommendation. There's a running theme. We also have Jimmy Nardello peppers. I got these from M.I. Gardner, and these have germinated fine. The Corbacis are having issues, but these seeds are a couple years old, so could be that being the problem. Then I have habanada peppers, which these were a little bit hard to get to germinate, but I'm super excited. So these are a spiceless habanero, and as somebody who hates spice, I'm super excited about these. Another Jessica Sowards recommendation. It's, it is what it is. I really like her channel. Lilac bells, because look at them. They're so pretty. They're stunning. I have to have them. They're so beautiful. And those are doing pretty well so far. Then there's just basic California Wonders. I'm not growing these this year because I have a different bell pepper that I'm going to try called King of the North. And getting red peppers in Michigan because of our season's length and our season's heat levels is just really tough. So I was hoping that this will help, and the plants are already big. So I need to up-pot them because otherwise they're going to die before the last frost. But yeah, that's my peppers. All right. So we're going to do 2 sections at once. Right now I have celery. So I have Utah tall celery and then giant Prague celery. This is for like celery root. I think I've also heard it called celeriac, but I could be wrong. So I started a bunch of celery, a bunch of fall starts like kale and calendula, and or spring starts, I should say. Cool weather crops. And I put them outside, and then I got busy, and they stayed outside too long, and they died. So all my celery died, and I had like a bunch of starts, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. I wasn't super sold on getting a ton of celery this year. I might try and direct sow some, but we'll see. Moving into melons, I got these Black Diamond watermelons, and I got them thinking they were like sugar baby watermelons because they look similar, but these ones get up to 40 to 50 pounds, which is not what sugar baby watermelons are. So I really should have read the packaging before I purchased these, but it's fine. Hopefully it works out. We'll see. I got these Kazuka melons. These are supposed to be really sweet. They're a little personal size melon, and I think their texture is supposed to be like a honeydew, so like a little more firm, and mushy melons are not my favorite. So I have these seeds that I saved from a farmer's market melon that I grew, or that I purchased, and the seeds are like almost like matte. They're almost like velvety. They're super soft. Like they're fully fermented. But the seeds themselves are just super soft. They're really cool. I think I saw online what kind it is. It's one of those melons that looks more like squashy, almost like Delice de la Table, but I don't remember the name, but it looks like a squash, but it's a melon. Here's Delice de la Table. This is not the same. I don't think they're the same, but they're pretty similar. I've heard in French this means the table's delight, which is pretty cool. I like cool names. And then this is Kajari melon, which, if you watch Roots and Refuge Farm, you know why I have this. This is Jess's favorite melon. And I grew it last year, but we grew in containers on our patio and realized it was our first year here, and the patio didn't get like a whole ton of sunlight. And then like the season was getting cooler, and so they died. So I don't know if I'll grow Kajaris this year based on the space that I have, but I don't feel like I've given them a fair shot either. All right, let's move into herbs. Also, I don't know where my medicinal flowers went, but mostly those are like echinacea, calendula, chamomile, which I already have most of those started. They might be in my box to go to my grandfather's. I'll probably find them before the end of this video, and we'll be able to see them. All right, so I have chives, spearmint, cilantro, which is like better for hot climates, which in Michigan we do get pretty hot in the heat of the summer, so, but I don't like cilantro. I mostly bought that for my friends because I have the bad gene that makes cilantro taste bad. Parsley, purple opal basil, which is like one of the most stunning things I've seen in my entire life. I'm so excited for this year. Lime basil, which my starts right now kind of smell like black licorice-y, but I remember when I grew this the year that I had a really crummy garden, it tasted very citrusy, and I think it would be super good in guacamole. Like super, like it doesn't taste like basil, it tastes citrus, which is really cool. Cilantro, basil, just traditional sweet Genovese basil, dill for pickles, and then I'm trying for the first time this year to grow cumin. My roommates and I really love to put cumin in our dishes, and so hopefully we will be able to get that growing. And also the plant in the picture looks really pretty. So that's herbs. Okay, so now we're going to move into beans. I have the Christmas lima beans. And these ones, you guys, are so beautiful. Like the seeds themselves are multicolored. It's almost like a maroonish brown with cream. So I'm super excited to grow those this year. I believe they're vining as well, so they'll like crawl all over a trellis and be really pretty. I have red noodle beans, which these are the vining kind, which is what I thought both the ones I bought were, but you'll see in a second that that's not the case. I grew a few of these in that year that my garden was really bad, and they were pretty good in a stir fry. Then I have Oriental yard-long beans, which I thought were the same as noodle beans, but these are a bush variety, which is interesting. They still grow super similar beans. They're just in a bush habit. Again, these were really good in stir fries. Then for like traditional green bean style beans, I have Blue Lake bush beans, which we got some of these last year and they were fine. Dragon tongue beans, which are what I really love. These are more of like a flat style bean. I personally like the texture of these better. I would eat these raw if sitting in the garden, and my dog loved them. My dog would come up and harvest her own green beans. It was the cutest thing ever. Also, the beans on these are really beautiful as well. They kind of look like pinto beans, but like darker. And so I just think they're really pretty, and they taste really good. And then I got these this year because I haven't grown any yellow beans, but these are called Cherokee Wax Yellow Bush Beans. So we'll see how those do this year. Okay, I found the rest of my seeds. And I also found some bulbs. I found some ranunculus bulbs that I purchased. There are 4 in here. And I got these for $1.25 at Dollar Tree. I've never grown these before, so if you have any advice, let me know. But they just look like little seed heads. So yeah, I'm super excited to try these. I was in a wedding recently that was ranunculus, and just wanted to experiment. This year's a lot about experimenting with things I've never grown before. I have watermelon radishes. A lot of these are like cool weather crops, which is why they were separated, because I was going to go and plant these. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Blue shelling snow peas, which I'm learning that I'm not a huge pea fan, but I'll finish out, because I have a handful in here, I'll just finish growing these and share them with friends and family. But I really just don't like, I like shelled peas, but that's a huge time commitment when you have to grow enough of them to make it worth saving. So I'll probably just share those with my friends. Alright, here are my brassicas. I have scarlet kale, which is so pretty. Blue curled Scotch kale. These purple Vienna early kohlrabis, which I recently learned you can make a mash with these. That's like mashed potatoes. And that made me want to grow them a lot. I love mashed potatoes. Purple cauliflower, which I'm learning I'm not a huge cauliflower person, so I'll probably either share these with somebody or, I don't know. I don't know if I've had one fully grown on my own. Maybe I'll like it homegrown, because I used to not like beets, and now I like beets because I grew them at home. So, oh, you see my coffee peeking out? Oh, that's funny. I forgot that was there. A purple sprouting broccoli, which I had beautiful purple sprouting broccoli plants. They were huge. And my apartment complex told me I had to get rid of them because they were like, I was going to overwinter them, because apparently that's how those work. I'm not 100% sure how they work, because my apartment made me kill them before I could harvest them. It was very disappointing. And then this is just an early golden acre cabbage that I got from Dollar Tree. One of those things that I haven't got to see come to full maturity, but hopefully soon I will. So those are the brassicas. Oh, I found another herb. Just some basic thyme, because I've started using thyme in my homemade broth recipe, and it's super delicious. So I've started using thyme in everything. So I figured I might as well grow it. And I think it's cold hardy. So that's exciting, because it's still chilly here in Michigan. And it's April 5th or 6th. Detroit dark red beets, repping my home state. And also, they're really delicious and beautiful. And the greens are really good, picked small in salad, which is how I like to eat them. Here are my medicinal herbs and flowers. Alright, I have hyssop. And I purchased this because when I was a kid, we used to take this supplement that was called like Hyssop Cleanse. And you can't find it anymore. I don't know why. I think people might have been taking it incorrectly and were getting sick. But it was like the only thing that cured my stomach problems, and now it's gone. And so I did some research, and you can, when you're sick, use small doses of hyssop in tea to help with stomach troubles. So that's why I have that. I've got coneflower, echinacea, also for health. These pink surprise calendulas, these are so beautiful, and they're good for your skin, and I have eczema. And these are some I saved from my plants last year. Same variety, just these ones came from MI Gardener. These ones came from my garden. Lavender for anxiety and beauty. Chamomile for anxiety as well. Tulsi basil, which I've heard you can make into teas, but Jess also says, I'm just going to use her on a first name basis at this point. Jess, when I say Jess, I mean Jess from Roots and Refuge. Jess says that this is one of the best smelling things of all time, and so I must know, because I don't live in South Carolina, and I can't go smell her basil. Lemon balm, also for anxiety. And then this is, I'm going to let y'all read that. This is a toothache plant, and my family was born with bad teeth, and so I figured if we have a toothache, it's good to have a plant to help, because natural is usually better and safer if you use it correctly. Alright, carrots. I've got these Denver half-longs, these Parisian carrots, which are so wee. They're so tiny. I think these would be really great for like stews. You could just literally like chop the top and bottom off, throw them in the pot. And then these are my emo loves. These are black nebula carrots. Aren't these so cool? I'm super excited about these. I grew these last year and then got impatient and I ripped them up when they were too small, but they were such a rich, deep color purple. And so this year I'm going to make myself be patient so that I can see the nebula on the inside. Then I just have some rutabaga, purple top American rutabaga, super typical rutabagas. Again, I got too eager and ripped those out last year. You're going to see a running theme with me is I'm not very patient when it comes to root vegetables. Oh my goodness, this tiny bok choy. And the little kiddo holding it is so cute, but look how tiny the bok choy is. Oh, I love bok choy in soups and stir fries. So I also have pak choy, which I grew this last year and ate the baby greens and stir fries and soups, and it was so amazing. Alright, then we have Marvel of Four Seasons. This is a Just recommendation. Super beautiful lettuce and super delicious. I have grown this before and it was really yummy. Rainbow Swiss chard. I have grown this. Not a huge fan. Don't know if I'll grow it again. It is really beautiful. Like the veins are different colors, but it's really earthy. And I think I would rather just have spinach or lettuce or beet greens even. This is a salad bowl mix, which was a free seed bag from My Gardener, which I plan on sowing like a block of it to make salad greens for myself and my family. Bloomsdale long-standing spinach. And then just some arugula. So I think that about covers everything. That doesn't cover everything I'm growing this year because there are a lot of things that I used up the whole seed packet while planting my seedlings this year. And I'll probably get weak at a store at some point and buy more seeds and more plants because I can't resist and it makes me happy. So that's my seed collection. Thanks for watching. If you have any recommendations, comments, or if you want to see these plants when they're grown, please let me know. Otherwise, have a very blessed day.